Hi, it's Dr. K here, and I want to talk about something almost every single woman experiences during perimenopause and menopause, and that is changes in your weight, in your body composition, and in your metabolism. And I want to start here. If you're noticing increases in hunger, more body fat, especially around the midsection, or a level of fatigue that wasn't there before, this is not willpower. That's not the problem. The issue is your metabolism is shifting. This is something I actually love talking about because I see this every single day in my practice. I've been supporting women through hormone-related weight loss resistance for over a decade, and these patterns are incredibly common. And the reason I get excited about it is because there is so much that we can do to support women through this transition. It's not random. It's not your body working against you. I promise. It's a shift that we can understand. And once we understand it, we can work with it. So instead of asking, what am I doing wrong? What's wrong with my body? Start asking, what is my body trying to tell me? Because these changes are important information your body's trying to give you. One of the biggest drivers of this metabolic shift is changes in estrogen levels. Estrogen doesn't just impact your cycle, it plays a role in your ability to maintain muscle mass, your ability to have insulin stability, and where you carry fat on your body. So instead of it being on the breast and buttocks where we like it, it starts to shift more to the belly. As estrogen declines, we also lose muscle more easily. And muscle is our metabolic engine. It determines how efficiently we burn fuel, how stable our blood sugars are, and basically how our body responds to food. At the same time, insulin sensitivity decreases as estrogen decreases. So your body becomes less efficient at handling carbohydrates, which often leads to higher insulin levels, increased fat storage, and more cravings. And this is why what you used to do to quickly burn 10 pounds no longer works. And it's not because you're doing something wrong, but it's because your physiology has changed and you need a new strategy that meets these new physiological changes. There's another layer to this story that's so important to talk about, and it's stress. Cortisol, our main stress hormone, plays a critical role in how we function day to day. It gives us energy, focus, and resilience, and we simply can't live without it. But in this phase of life, our body becomes so much more sensitive to cortisol. It does not tolerate spikes and fluctuations it used to. Sleep is often disrupted, recovery feels much slower, and inflammation increases. And when cortisol stays elevated in our bodies, essentially our body moves into a more protective state, and it simply does not want to let the fat go because it feels that the fat is a protective layer to us. It also increases muscle breakdown, and our blood sugars become less stable. And this is where I want to be very clear. The answer is not about extreme calorie counting or pushing yourself harder, going to the gym twice a day. But at the same time, small, inconsistent changes often are not enough to move the dial and to get you to the other side during this phase in life. So we do need to make change. And often we need to be more mindful about what we're putting in our body, how we're structuring our meals, and daily habits that are particularly important about stabilizing our metabolism. The goal is intentional and consistent changes that match your physiology right now. And when you look at these changes in estrogen, cortisol, muscle, and insulin, it becomes clear that a new strategy needs to evolve to meet these changes. So it's about creating habits that allow you to better communicate with your hormones. For example, be more mindful of protein. We've heard this so many times, yet so many people are not, or so many women are simply not eating enough protein. And protein, when we don't have enough of it, accelerates our muscle loss. It slows our metabolism. We become more hungry, and our blood sugars become more unstable. So the structure of our meals are very important. Even timing of our meals become more important, and eating those vegetables also become more important. So if you're noticing more fat gain, weight loss resistance, and low energy, your body's not working against you. It's adapting to new hormone levels. And when we understand these signals, the insulin, the cortisol, the muscle, the inflammation, we can respond in a way that actually supports our system. So if this is resonating with you, it's time to stop guessing what's going to move the dial with your metabolism. These changes are predictable. They are something that we can absolutely work with. And when you have the right strategy in place, you're really going to be able to make some mindful and impactful changes with your metabolism. A great place to start is to consider joining us this year for the KW Cleanse. It starts on May 13th, and it's a great way to support your liver and your metabolism and your inflammation. And if you are looking for a more personalized approach, reach out. I'd love to talk to you about how we can meet your body's needs and support your metabolism with confidence.